The new hidden bunker event in Spaceport has multiple steps to solve, and this is an ongoing puzzle that we are attempting to solve so far. I'm going to explain all of the steps that I've attempted to give you a head start to try and figure out what the last stage is when it comes to downloading the data and all of the buttons inside the hidden bunker. I'll get to that later and what my opinions and theories are, but first, let's start with activating the bunker. Now, when you first load into a match on Spaceport with the hidden bunker event, there will be 4 antennas all around the map. But the truth is, these are going to be sort of in the furthest corners of the map, so you're going to need to travel across the map a lot. Now, the hidden bunker location always in the same location. If you have a look at the location here, I'm mousing over it right now. The hidden bunker is always there. So my suggestion, if you're doing this and you're worried about other players ruining it or getting to the bunker first, you'll need to start by going to the other corners first and then ending in this corner closest to the bunker when it comes to activating the antennas. So when you actually want to activate the antennas, essentially what you need to do is climb up to the roof and there'll be a little data console that you can activate it here. Now, here's a quick tip. Some of these are basically inaccessible unless you have a zip line. So make sure you've got your utility bench upgraded to level 2 so that you can craft zip lines. You're going to need rope for that, so keep an eye out for some rope. Once you've got up there and activated the console, a wave of arc will come in. Usually it's only a few wasps and hornets, but keep an eye out because rocketeers like to kind of fly around near these things, so bringing some wolf packs is advised. After a little while, the data console will complete and you'll need to press it again to complete the process. You can then repeat this stage for all 4 antennas on the entirety of the map. At this point, it's a dash to the bunker, and it is quite a long way to the bunker from some of the corners of the Spaceport map. So this is why it's really recommended that you end near the bunker entrance so that you have the best chance to get there soon. Now, you might want to think about PvPing down here and stealing all the loot, but I think we need to work together on this. I think this is a community event that needs some coordination. Luckily, I've had a lot of friendlies trying to help out. Now, when you go down into the bunker, you'll see all sorts of lootable containers. There's a lot of weapon crates, ammo crates. So the amount of loot you'll get here is probably going to be pretty good if you can get there first, of course. If you've got a lot of players running about, then you might not be able to get much. Now, let's talk about these data downloads. Underneath in the bunker, it's essentially a large circular pattern, right? You can just run around in circles and it will keep looping around. So you've got this large sort of circle shape in the bunker. And in total, I believe there's about 7 or 8 data consoles that can be activated. When you activate the console, it will start a download process. You need to stay on that console for the download process to complete. If you move away, it will fail. Once it's completed, you can activate it again to download the data, and that will get you 500 XP, so that's pretty cool. But it feels like there should be something more going on here. We know how Arc Raiders is with puzzles and figuring little secrets out, and I personally think there is more than meets the eye here. Now, what you'll notice is that all of the data consoles go through the same sequence. Essentially, when you go down there for the first time, you can activate any of the consoles, and that will start the download process. Once the download process is completed, the light will go green for a short time. If you leave the area before it's done, or download the data, it will get a red light on it. It will be on this red light sequence for a while, before eventually it will reset, and then you'll be able to download the data again and start from the beginning. Now, I managed to have a really good situation with all of the friendlies down here, and we were able to coordinate quite well. My ongoing theory is you need to activate all of the buttons around about the same time. And to do this, like I say, you're probably going to need a lot of players. It might be possible with 3 players. I don't know the exact timing on it, but personally, I think with there being 7 or 8 data consoles down here, you're going to need to activate all of them essentially at the same time for something to happen. I don't know. Maybe, and this is really important here, maybe literally nothing happens, but knowing the Arc Raiders devs and how there's so many secret puzzles all over the maps, and you have to put certain things here and find certain things there to unlock doors, I personally think there's probably something more here. So yeah, I gathered up all of the friendlies. I told them my plan. I went around the circle and I laid some ammo on the ground to count all of the bunkers. It was a little bit confusing and we were running out of time. So like I said, I think there's 7 or 8. We had just about enough random players down here. I told them all to stand by a data download console. Yes, so basically, they will all reset. They will all reset, and we have to press them at the same time. We need 7 people. We need 7 people. There's one here. Someone stay there. Somebody stand here. Okay, somebody stand there. Okay, we got a couple more people. Right, there's one here. So somebody stand there. Okay, and we go back here, and I think that's all of them. Let's just check again. Right, everybody, do not press the button. Do not press it. We gotta wait, okay? Don't press the button. And then at that point, I asked them all to activate the button at exactly 7 minutes on the countdown timer. And we all agreed to do it. It was great. We all pressed the button at the same time. But then we came across a bit of a problem. One person's button wasn't activated for them. I could go and interact with that and start the download, but he couldn't. So, because of potentially a glitch or some issue, we weren't able to test my theory correctly. We had all but one console activated at the same time, which is proof that you can try to activate them at the same time. But because of this one button that wasn't working, the whole thing sort of fell apart and we ran out of time. So if this is true, if this theory is correct, you're going to need 8 or 9 players to basically organize this, press all the buttons at the same time, and then maybe a secret access or secret door will open. I honestly have no idea. Now, there's a couple of really important disclaimers that you need to know before you go and do this yourself, because these are going to get you eliminated. Firstly, there's a bombardier and bastion protecting the underground bunker. Now, normally this wouldn't be a problem, except one of the bastions here can shoot through walls. I don't know why that's happened. It might be that there's a specific wall that it can shoot through, or it might just be that it can shoot through any walls. Obviously, this is a bug, but try not to fight the bastion by any means. Just try to ignore it, because this basically wiped out half of our squad that we managed to round up, right? It just killed almost all of us because it shot us through walls, which is really, really horrible if you think about it. There's another thing that you really need to be aware of. Like I said earlier, zip lines are really, really crucial. So go and farm some fabric first and get that utility bench upgraded, because if you don't, then you can't even get up to the roofs to open the antennas anyway. And also, zip lines can kill you, all right? There's a couple things. Firstly, make sure you place the zip line on the very top of the building, otherwise you might just zip and fall off. And secondly, don't ride the zip if another player is trying to ride the zip, because this can get you killed as well. I've had multiple times where players have done this, collided with each other, fell to their death, and it's just been quite chaotic and funny in a way, but it definitely slowed down our progress on trying to solve this thing. Now, we're all going to scratch our heads and try to solve this thing together, and it might just turn out that literally nothing, that there's nothing there. All it is just the data gives you XP, so keep that in mind. Don't spend too long trying to figure it out, but if we can all have a little go, maybe we can, as a community, try to see if there's any more to this. Finally, there's a bunch of loot down here, so keep an eye out for that as well. But that's my ongoing theory of the data bunker, the hidden bunker in Spaceport. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio.